What is up, YouTubers? Finally getting around to doing some of my favorite bourbons of the year. And as I stated before, I am no bourbon expert. I just like collecting them. I know what I like, I know what I don't like. Just makes me a bourbon lover, that's all. First of all, I'm pissed for one thing because I had like 6 or 7 bourbon reviews saved and ready to upload. They weren't all done the same day. You know, I'd done them like week here, week there. And I used that video capture, I think it's called, on the iPhone, YouTube capture or whatever. And I was getting ready to upload them all at once. And it said it was 100% loaded, and I must have deleted the damn things off my phone before they were finished uploading on YouTube. I lost them all. So, anyway, have to go back through and do some of them. And tonight, if you can see that or not, this is one of my honorable mentions for this year. I'm drinking right now, doing a little sipping. So let's just get right into it. And these are not actually my favorites. They're my tops. You know, I drink them a lot, regular basis. But my top favorites. I'm not going to do stuff that's too hard to get, you can't find, or the price is just too much anymore. I mean, a lot of the stuff I'll never get again myself because I'm not going to pay the price for the way some of these. I mean, if you'd have known a few years ago how much bourbons were going to become so popular, it would have been a huge, huge investment. I mean, it is just unreal, the price that some of these dingbats are paying for some of this stuff. Anyway, it seems like it's always one of my top favorites. Booker's, still right at about 55 bucks. I have currently 2 full bottles and a half bottle of this left. And Booker's is fantastic bourbon. If you haven't had it or you want to try to get into bourbons, it's a strong one to get into because of the alcohol content. But it's very good. It's barrel proof, uncut, unfiltered. Very good bourbon. I will sip that straight or I'll mix it with Coke. And like I always tell everybody, that's my limit on mixing something with Coke, is about 50, 55 bucks. Anything over that, I sip only with a good cigar. Second on my list, Stag Jr. This is, of course, the younger brother of George T. Stagg, which is up there in the corner up there. Now, the George T. Stagg you can still find, but you pay ridiculous prices, where I might buy a bottle every couple years now. I'm not going to spend $400, $500, $600 on a bottle of bourbon. Maybe I'll splurge like I said, every couple years. This one here is 132 proof. Yeah, it has a big kick too, but it is uncut, unfiltered, barrel proof, barrel strength, and it's only 50 bucks. And I think it's better than the big one myself. Fantastic bourbon. If you can find this in any of your stores, it's still fairly easy to find. Stag Jr. Definitely give this one a try. And as people who know, have watched me before, definitely. I'm not a bourbon snob. Definitely Jim Beam Black. This is the 8-year. The label changed now. It doesn't say 8-year anymore. I have a couple of bottles of it. They do say 8 years still on them, but they're still the same bourbon. This stuff I love. It's fantastic. It's like 30, 35 bucks a bottle. Love mixing this with Coke. It's one of my all-time favorites. Can't go wrong. And just what I've learned with the price tag, with the Jim Beam white label versus the Jim Beam black label. The Jim Beam white label is only 4 years. The black is 8 years. The price tag might be like $8, $10 more. And you can tell a huge difference, especially in the morning when I used to wake up and my chest would be like having that burn feeling. With the Jim Beam Black, I don't get any of that. Like I said, this is probably my honorable mention for the year. You can see it's a little bit on the lighter side, but this is excellent. It's so smooth. A couple of you know what I'm talking about already. Little burn going down, but it's so smooth. You could just, it's very easy to drink. I'll show you that one here in a second. Yes, another Jim Beam. This is Jim Beam 12 year. This is really good too. And this was only, I think, 38 bucks, 38, under $40. Jim Beam 12 year. This one is only 86 proof. And I buy as many bottles of this as I can get every year. It comes out, it seems like it only comes out around the holidays every year. I believe this is the second or third year it's been out. Jim Beam 12 year, signature craft. They have several different ones, different editions, different, little bit of different flavors and stuff, but I like the 12 year signature. This is very good stuff. Here's my new one for this year. I don't know how to pronounce it. If it's Burnheim or Burnheim, I think it's Burnheim. Original Kentucky Straight Wheat Whiskey. It's a wheat. 7 years, 90 proof. It's a small batch. If you can find this stuff, I really liked it this year. It's really good stuff. And for my honorable mention, that's Crown Royal. Crown Royal Rye. Not regular Crown Royal. I don't know if you can see the difference in color or not. Probably not. I don't think on the camera you can really see much of a difference. The lighting down here doesn't help. Anyway, it's technically not called a bourbon because it has to be made in the States, for one thing. But it is a rye, has rye in it. Northern Harvest Rye, 90% rye whiskey. Fine blended Canadian whiskey. 90 proof. Anyway, this, if you follow any of the awards every year, this won. I think I paid, I know it was under 50 bucks. It might have been around low 40s for this. I got a couple bottles of this. That's what I'm drinking right now. Like I said, it is a very good blended Canadian rye. If you want to try something a little different, there's been numerous people, actually even on YouTube, that's been talking about this stuff and actually reviewing it. And I noticed, I told a couple people on Voxer a few months ago about this. And just in my local area, I've noticed, since this first came out to now, it's getting very harder and harder to find this stuff. What I heard online was a lot of this, when it come out to the States, everybody in Canada was wanting it and liking it so much, they was hoarding it all up there. They was stopping the shipments coming from in the States. So if you can find this in your local store, definitely give it a pick up. Give it a try. Let me know what you think of it. Want to keep this as short as possible. Like I said, them's by far not my favorite whiskeys, bourbons I mean, but they are very good. I still love my Knob Creeks, just everything. I mean, they're all good, but these seem to be the ones that I was drinking the most of this year, and for the price, you can't beat them. Like I said, I'm not going to do reviews of the high stuff that you can't find anymore, and I'm not willing to pay that price myself. So hope this helped a little bit. I know I was talking to a few people on Instagram and on some of these forums about different bourbons and stuff to try. It seems like everybody's price point is right around 50 bucks or so. Most people don't want to spend over 50 bucks for a bottle, which is, it's to each their own. You do what you can afford. Like I said, I'll never pay the prices that some of this stuff is going for anymore. Might get a bottle here and there, and like me and my wife are renewing our 20-year wedding anniversary this summer in July. We'll be married 20 years, and I have a bottle of a 20-year Pappy Van Winkle unopened still, and I think I'm going to save that for that special occasion and open that bad boy up and my friends sip on that and try that out. But okay, I'm rambling now. Hope this helped a little bit, and I'll talk to you boys and girls later. And remember, don't be afraid to smoke them pipes. Punish that briar. That's what they're for.